Hi there, it's AJ here from AJ's Design Lab. I'm in Cpanel at the moment because I'm going to create a new email address for one of my Godaddy websites. This email address will be aj@ajsdesignlab.com, and I also want to connect this up to my Gmail. That means I'll be able to use Gmail to send and receive mail from my website account, which is going to be handy for the times that I'm away from the laptop and I want to check mail on my phone or tablet. So if this is something that you'd like to do, just follow along. It should take less than 10 minutes to get up and running. The first thing you'll have to do, of course, is log into your Godaddy account and navigate to your Cpanel. So let's just scroll down a bit, and we're looking for the email section here in Cpanel. Here it is, and find and click on email accounts. Now I've got two accounts here, the one that came by default with the plan when I purchased it, and another one that I've set up. So I'm going to create a brand new one by clicking this create button, and because I've got multiple sites, I'm going to have to check which site I want to use, and it's going to be ajsdesignlab.com. So my email address is going to be aj@ajsdesignlab, and let's put in a password, and you'll need to remember that because we'll use it for Gmail later on. Now click create, and in a few seconds we should have a success message. There we go, and we can check the email here, and we'll log on to Webmail. Right, there's two Webmail applications. I always use Roundcube, so you may want to use that if you're following along here. And what we're expecting to see is this here, email configuration settings for my new webmail. Now perhaps the first thing we might do is just check that we're getting mail here by sending a test mail from one of our Gmail accounts. So I'll just pause the video while I do that, and we'll make sure that email is getting through. Okay, so I've refreshed the inbox and I can see that my test email has arrived. Let's have a look at it. We can see it's arrived to my correct email address, and it's come to me from one of my Gmail accounts. So let's go back, and we don't need that anymore, so we can delete it later. What we're interested in is this email that says configuration settings, and this is going to have the information that we want for connecting up to Gmail. Now if we have a look, we've got two lots of mail client settings. We've got the secure and the non-SSL settings. Of course we want to go with the secure version. The information that we're interested in is the port numbers 995 and 465, and I'll point out that the incoming server name, you may or may not see the same as what I'm seeing, depending on whether your site is secure or not. In other words, whether it's HTTP or HTTPS. Now this ajsdesignlab.com is non-secure, which is why the mail has been routed through this Godaddy secure server.net. If I had HTTPS, I wouldn't see that. I would see just my domain name. So don't worry that you don't see what I see there. Just know that the details for the incoming server is what you need. So let's go and connect up our Gmail. I'm going to just copy my username, which is my email address, and go to my Gmail account. So in my Gmail account, I'm going to click on this icon here and go to settings, and once I get to my settings I want to go to accounts and import, and if if we scroll down a little bit, we can see add a mail account. So let's click on that. I'll put in my email address and click next, and next again, and then my username is not AJ, it is my whole email address and the password that I used when I created the webmail. Now the next thing is we don't want that because that is for the non-secure version. What we want to do is go back to our webmail and copy what it says here on incoming server. So we'll do that, and then we'll go back and we will put that in the POP server here. And don't forget to change the port to 995. Now I'm going to leave a copy on the webmail because I want to be able to check from there. It's up to you, that's optional. It's important that you check this next thing here, always use a secure connection, and we'll label the incoming messages. I don't want to archive incoming messages, so let's just click add account now. That'll do its thing for a few seconds, and there we go, it's made a connection. And we'll carry on because we want to be able to not just receive, but we want to be able to send mail as AJ at ajsdesignlab.com. So next, that's correct, I'll leave that as my name, leave that as it is, and click on next step. So we want to put in our server name here again, so let's just put in our same server, and the port is 465, so let's just put that in, and our username is, remember, it's our email address, so let's just copy that and paste it in, and we'll put in our password again. And remember to keep this checked, secured connection, SSL, not TLS, so it should default to the correct one. Now we'll click to add accounts. So that's done. The last thing we want to do is grab our verification code. So we need to go back to our webmail, and we should get a verification code come through. Okay, my Gmail confirmation has arrived, so let's just take a look at that. All we want here is our confirmation code, so let's just copy that, and we're going to go back and put that in here and click verify. All done. Everything should be working. So as I said, less than 10 minutes. We can do a bit of a test here by sending an email from our Gmail, and here we go, I can send it from AJ at AJ's Design Lab. So I'm going to send that to another of my Gmail accounts, AJ in Fiji, at Gmail. There we go, and we'll just put in subject of test, and let's send that, and I'll go and check my AJ in Fiji at Gmail and make sure that that arrives properly. There we go, the email's arrived, so I'm just going to check that it came from the right person. Here we are, AJ at ajsdesignlab.com. So we now have that up and running, and we can check and send email from our Gmail but still be appearing to be sending from our website. The only thing to remember is that when you're creating an email here in Gmail, just use this drop down here to make sure you're sending from the right account. Okay, so that's it for now, and hopefully it was helpful to you.